Alright, so if you're in like the self-improvement kind of internet space, you might have heard of Jordan Peterson, you might have heard of his term chaos and order. Alright, the basic concept is that life goes through these periods of chaos and they go through these periods of order. So chaos is when everything goes out of control, things are going wrong left, center, and right. Left, center, and right. And order is when things are going smoothly and you've kind of controlled things. Like, chaos is feminine, order is more masculine, that kind of thing. And life goes through these periods where you have like the calm of being in a set routine and everything is set in your ways and things are going smoothly. And then you've got like these kind of periods where everything's out of control and you have to try and kind of get through those periods with some sense of order. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I believe in the past like week or so, I've kind of created this chaos in my life kind of on purpose. Like, it wasn't chaos that just came onto me. It was chaos that I created for myself in order for me to fix those problems one by one, get through the to-do lists. And that was by moving house. Okay, moving houses. And I still have like a lot of chaos in my house. Like, if you can see around me, everything is overgrown. Like, that whole area is just fucking scary. Like, I think if I went in there, I would never come out because a snake would bite me. But yeah, I just mean, like, is it okay for us to kind of decide, you know what, I'm gonna change something 180, and then the chaos that comes with that. It's like, maybe you quit your job and you go find a new one. Now you have a massive to-do list of like, okay, now I've got to save money. Now I've got to, re-update my CV. Now I've got to go find a job and I've got to go look for a job that will be beneficial to me and also to the employer. And, you've got to go through the whole interviewing process, picking up the phone all the time, and like, there's different employers that are like, oh, you're free for this job. Like, fuck no, I'm not. I'm not gonna work at Ladbrokes. Ladbrokes, if you don't know, is a chain of like casinos in the UK. And I didn't want to work there because it reminded me too much of a previous job that I worked at Sports Direct. Sports Direct it's like a cheaper version of Nike. Everyone knows Nike, or Nike, some people say, but it's like sports clothes and shoes and stuff and like random retail, and yeah, I didn't like the vibes just off the bat because it was a little bit disorganized. They like didn't know who I was. They didn't know like that I was actually supposed to be there for an interview, and I was like, if this this place is disorganized from the start, I'm not gonna work there. Anyways, yeah, so I just went through like a massive to-do list when it comes to moving houses. I've got to, first of all, I was traveling, so I had to pack in order to go traveling for like 3 days consecutively, like kind of all around the UK to go visit some friends and to visit my girlfriend and that kind of thing. And I do believe that there's some kind of, maybe it's just me, or I've just managed to learn how to cope with the stress and the stress of chaos, because I didn't like have a mental breakdown from doing everything that I had to do. I had a bunch of shit to do. I had to organize my clothes to donate to charity. I had to quit my job. I had to save money. I had to pack for the traveling. I had to come back home and pack everything in one day, and I had like, there was so much to do, and somehow I got through it without like breaking down, which in itself is an achievement, because me from just a few years ago, I would have broken down. I wouldn't have been able to get through the to-do list as efficiently as I did in the last week or so. And so, I don't know, maybe it's just like a healthy bit of stress that I was imposing into my own life. And I say it's healthy because I literally made that a thing for myself. It wasn't like life just handed me all these problems and to-do lists to get through. It was more just like, I knew I had to do it out of my own pure will. It was the kind of thing that, you just know that you had to do it because you made it that way. That makes sense. So self-imposed chaos, self-imposed stress. And I think maybe one of the reasons that I coped so well with it was because of my cold shower streak. I've been taking cold showers every day for like 250 days, I think, something like that. And that in itself is a form of stress practice, because when you take a cold shower, it increases like cortisol levels, and it's at a healthy amount, and literally like your body is stressed, your mind is stressed, but if you just stay under the cold water, you adapt and you get used to it, and your body adjusts over time, so that the more you do it, it's like a compound effect. And I feel like now anything that goes wrong, I feel like I can deal with it quite well. You know, I literally went through a breakup, and I feel like it wasn't as bad as if it would have happened to me a few years ago. Because a few years ago, I did go through a similar breakup during COVID lockdown. Not only that, but because of the COVID lockdown, I lost my flight to come back to Thailand. And that was like something that I was really excited for. I saved up a bunch of money. It was supposed to be my birthday, and Songkran, which is a Thai water fight festival. It's Thai New Year's, but it's water fights in it. And I was just super like sad and depressed and stressed that I literally like made my whole life just get destroyed. I got through like a really bad video game addiction. Like that was my only like kind of coping mechanism, I guess, which is sad to say because that's not how you cope. I started doing drugs, I started drinking a lot more, and from that period on, I feel like my life just went really downhill very, very fast. And yet here I was going through a breakup, and I was still doing the good habits. I was just mentally in turmoil. Like some days was really bad, some days was better than others. But in general, like if you look at the kind of like my habit list from that period, it was bad at the start, but then it got better, and I managed to do it all myself, where it was like, okay, you know what? I am not going to let this like bring me back so much, because when you go through a breakup, it's easy to just wallow in despair. And I think I did wallow in despair for about a week. And then after that week, I was like, okay, time to go do some action. I started using Tinder a lot, which is social media. So it was really bad for my mental health. I probably shouldn't have done that and gone down that road. I kept going through this kind of period of installing it, reinstalling it, uninstalling it, you know, just constantly in battle with myself because I wasn't getting a lot of matches. I was actually, but then after that, I was like, man, I'm gonna shave my head because this is just, I need to get rid of like this despair. I need to kind of shift my identity to be more in tune with the lifestyle that I want, which is, you know, doing the good habits without feeling like they're, you know, a chore. You know, meditating every day for half an hour, that's a pretty hard chore because it's boring, but it benefits me in that I'm now a calmer person. You know, I was taking cold showers, I was eating clean, I was spending less time on my phone, like doing deep work, and I was just making sure that my lifestyle was kind of in the way that I want it to be, which is right now I feel like it's pretty good because now I'm just sitting in the sun and I can just enjoy the morning. I've done like an hour of deep work, which isn't a lot, but I did get something done that I've been needing to do for a long time, and that in itself feels really good because even though I didn't work for a long time, it was like my productivity in general, like I got that thing that I needed to do done. That's good enough for me. And now here I am recording videos like a doofus, but I'm sitting in the sun, so I'm getting like sunlight benefits as well. So yeah, this is just a crazy random video, and I'm sorry if it went like crazy rambling. Like all my videos lately have been crazy ramblings. But that being said, I hope you're doing okay, and I hope that you find some kind of area in your life to create some self-imposed chaos and stress, because then you can allow yourself to deal with stress in real life better. Like what the hell. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to you later. I hope you're having a lovely day. Peace.